Hi everyone, today we'll be learning about the partial product algorithm for multiplication. Before we go over how to do the partial product algorithm, we should probably go over some terms so we know what we're talking about. So the first term that we'll be talking about is the ones place. So to best describe how we're going to solve this problem, we're going to do it in kind of a chart. So here's the ones place, here's the tens place, and the hundreds. So what this means is if we write a number, say 225, it's going to be 5 ones right here. That's specifying that it's just 5. There's no added number or anything like that, and it's just one thing. The tens place right here is just saying if the tens and the ones together, it would look like 25. And then the hundreds right here is just an add-on of the tens and ones, and so it would be 225 as the number, and the 2 in the hundreds place is representing the value as of 200. So we're going to start out with a simpler problem, a simpler multiplication problem, and we're going to do 38 times 6. So we're going to be following by place values here, and so the 6 and the 8 are in the ones place, in the ones value place. And so 6 times 8 is 48. And to write this, it would just look like 6 times 8. Just to make it simpler and just to make it look like another way that we are writing the problem. And so that 6 times 8 is solved. We're going to move to the 6 times 3. And so 6 times 3 is 18, but it's going to be changed to 180 because we are no longer in the ones place. We moved to the tens place. And so to fill the void of the ones place, we added a 0. And to write this, it would look like 6 times 3 tens because we moved to the tens place and we weren't in the ones. And so that's all the numbers that were being multiplied. We would add it together to get, that's correct, 228. Another problem that we're going to be looking at involves hundreds place value as well. So we're going to be looking at 274 times 3. So we'd be doing exactly what we did in the last problem, and we'd be we're going to multiply the ones place first, and that's 3 times 4. And so 3 times 4 is 12. And the way we would write it with the arrows is just 3 times 4 because we're in the ones place. And so that we solved the ones place, we're going to move to the tens place, which is 3 times 7. And 3 times 7 is 21. And that we're not in the tens place anymore, we're going to put the 0 there to fill the void. And so as we would write this, it would be 3 times 7 tenths, just like before because we are in the tens place again. But instead of just adding 2 numbers together, we're going to be adding 3. And so the next number we would multiply is 3 times 2, which is in the hundreds place because the 2 is in the hundreds place. And so 3 times 2 is 6. So we'd put the 6 right here in the hundreds place value, and we would add the zeros behind because there is nothing in the tens or ones place, making it empty. So we would add a 0. And we would write this 3 times 2 hundreds because we're in the hundreds place. And so that all those numbers are multiplied, we would add them all together to get 822.